That's right. Go ahead and show some love. Yes, absolutely. So welcome everybody. Good morning and welcome to CSL Dallas. Thank you for joining us wherever you are in the world. And thank you for those who are joining us right here on campus. Every day is a day for transformation, spiritual deepening, and heart connection no matter what's going on. Every day we learn and practice something important that makes a difference. We love that we are on this journey with you to paint a new picture all this month. So now let's celebrate with the CSL Dallas music team as they set the tone for our time together.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to CSL Dallas. My name is Michael Brundy, and I have the pleasure of being your platform assistant today. And I'm glad that you guys paid attention to your clock, and you sprung forward, and you're not still at bed wondering what's going on. Hey, all the ways that you join our community, whether it's online, whether it's here on campus, we're just glad that you're here and glad that you're here with us and growing. So check in on social media and let everyone know that you're here with us, and even go out to Google and give us maybe a good review for this week. Let's say our purpose statement together. Our purpose is that we are radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, and we're transforming lives. And so it is. So we have a conscious raising opportunity. Reverend Karen is on the Leadership Council of Faith Forward Dallas, and their racial equity and justice task force is spearheading a 21-day racial equity challenge in Dallas. It begins on Saturday, March 19th. A multitude of faith communities in Dallas are invited to participate. Now, wouldn't it be great if all of CSL Dallas community members participated in the 21-day challenge? Well, let me tell you what the challenge is before you agree right off the bat, okay? What it is each day you will receive one email with 2 to 3 options to deepen your knowledge. Then each week there will be an online discussion with community members from different faiths, communities all over Dallas, to extend the understanding of the materials. You can register today for the 21-day Racial Equity Challenge. You can use the link or the QR code in the chat, or you can look at the flyer that you were handed when you came into the door. So let us show up as love as CSL Dallas. Heads up, next 2 weeks we have a giant book sale going on. It's going to be after the Sunday celebration on campus, so you don't want to miss out. Now, if you're not currently signed up for any courses with us, here is your next opportunity to dive in. Ernest Holmes, His Life and His Times. It starts Tuesday at 7 p.m. You can walk your spiritual path as you explore the path that developed the science of mind. So much more than just a history lesson. It's a deepening spiritual walk as well. Building a Healing Consciousness is a 6-week course that's designed to dive deeply into uncovering underlying beliefs surrounding the most important areas of your life and equip you with spiritual and mental tools to use to heal and grow. Beyond manifestation, co-create through a healed and causal consciousness. It's going to begin Monday, April 11th, in person and online. So you can register by going to csldallas.org/education. Now, be a part of our ritual and our community meal for healing our times as we feast together at our metaphysical Seder dinner. Celebrate this special Jewish feast through the traditional Haggadah with a contemporary and metaphysical application for our own lives and applied to our current and world issues, all while deepening in community. Everyone is invited, the whole family. It's going to be in person only, and it's going to be Friday, April 15th from 5 o'clock to 7 p.m. Adults are going to be for $25, children from 12 up to 12 is $7, and $5 for children under 3. You can get your tickets today and use the link. Correction.
6:30, correction. It starts at 6:30. That was old information. It's going to start at 6:30, so you have plenty of time to get there after work.
Will it still last only till 7?
No, it'll be 6:30 to 9. So, but still, you can get your tickets starting today. Thank you.
Good enough. So let's see. I guess that's about it. So let's get ready for a deeper look at being creative. Go within as we join our music team to Open Wide My Heart.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. Open wide my heart.
my heart. Settling in this moment, I invite you, go within, in this sacred, quiet place, with opening heart and mind. Breathe this in and let it be. Remembering that this breath is the breath of the one. This one is breathing in through each and every one of us, in every moment. It is the spirit, love, peace, harmony, power, and truth. It is whole, perfect, and complete. It is the eternal life, that which only thing going on. This life, this divine presence and divine perfection is in all, through all, around all. Nothing and nothing outside of it. It is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. It is whole, perfect, and complete. Knowing that everything is part of the perfect whole, harmony, and complete unity, I affirm that unconditional love and peace is permeating to all life and surrounding each and every individual, every community, nation, country, all over the world. Opening our heart wide, I affirm in this moment peace, safety, and security all over the world, and particularly people in Ukraine, people left this country, and their loved ones still stay in this country. And I know that we open our heart wide and pouring love surrounding us, regardless of any conditions and situations, any appearance. And I affirm that love, peace, and wisdom is our natural state of being. This is the truth. This is the only truth for each and every one of us. And so it is.
Open wide my heart. Open wide my and wipe my heart. One, two, ready.
Oh, go on and get up. Here we go. I feel the Spirit all over me. I feel the Spirit all over me. It's in my hands, in my soul, down in my feet. Oh, I feel the Spirit all over me. Yeah. I feel the Spirit all over me. Yes, I do. I feel the Spirit all over me. It's in my hands, in my soul, in my sound, in my feet. I feel the Spirit all over me.
I feel the presence all over me. I feel the presence all over me. It's in my hands, in my soul, down in my feet. I feel the presence all over me. I feel the presence all over me.
I feel the presence all over me. It's in my hands, in my soul, down in my feet. I feel the presence all over me. Down in my soul. I feel the presence all over me. I feel the presence all over me. It's in my hands, in my soul, down in my feet. And I feel the presence all over me. And I feel the presence all over me. I feel the presence all over me. It's in my hands, in my soul, down in my feet. I feel the presence all over me.
I feel the power all over me. I feel the power all over me. It's in my hands, in my soul, down in my feet. Oh, I feel the power all over me.
I feel the power all over me. I feel the power all over me. It's in my hands, in my soul, down in my feet. I feel the power all over me. It goes on and on and on. Down in my soul.
So much. So apparently I need some assistance from somebody in the AV team. Apparently it died. So if somebody could come bring us new batteries, that would be awesome because, oh, wait, it just flipped. It just worked. I kept turning it on and off and now it, no, it's she died. She died a painful death. So we, could you pass that to Jamie? Thank you so much. All right, so a couple of things to just let you know about. So first of all, I just want to let you know that I've had a long conversation with Reverend Barbara Legere, who has been working in the Ukraine for the last 20 years. They have been doing all kinds of peace work over there in the last 5 years, writing curriculum for schools. They have thousands and thousands of kids who have been in their program, hundreds of teachers. And of course, now they are basically just providing spiritual support as people are fleeing the country, including their own folks. So we are going to be supporting them and setting up a place to provide funds because we know that it goes specifically directly to individuals in Ukraine or individuals who have already had to flee Ukraine. So we'll be posting that information out on our text app in the next day or two, as soon as I have the information from her. If you are not on our text app, please send an email to info@csldallas.org. Provide us with your name, email, and phone number, and say, I would like to be on your text app. We do send out things 2 or 3 times, inspiration 2 or 3 times a week to provide you with uplift and inspiration, but it is the way that we can get the most immediate information out to you. So we'll be using the text app to provide you with a direct place where you can donate, and you can be assured that it will go directly through CSL, through the Ukraine work, starting out with their people, specifically their people who are working to either stay in the country or flee, and then will be moved out to the teachers, and then to the students and the families of the students. So it will go directly, bypassing any other administrative places where money might be, being used up. So please do look for that in your text app. I think it's an 814 number it comes from, something like that. It comes from, anyway, it's a weird number, right? So, and it will always say csldallas.org at the bottom. You can be assured of that. And so again, info@csldallas.org. Give us your name, email, and phone number, and say, please add me to your text app. Whether you're here in DFW or whether you're watching us from Mexico or Poland or Costa Rica or Minnesota or San Antonio or all the places where we know you are joining us online, and we love it that you're part of our community. All right, so that is, so I thank you so much. So I just wanted to let you know about that, and we'll keep you informed, and we'll be letting you know how you can participate in peace prayers that Reverend Barbara is doing, as well as some other programs that CSL is putting on in terms of lending our consciousness to peace. All right, it's always the juxtaposition, right? There's always stuff going on in the world, and we want to find our place in it, we want to do our work in it, and we want to find our own joy and continue on with our own joy, which also contributes to consciousness. And we have some great joy here at CSL Dallas as we let you know that we've hired 2 new folks to our staff. We're super excited about it. So Brianna's going to come up, and she's going to tell you about one of our hires.
Yes, good morning, everybody. I'm so delighted to see everybody this morning, and I'm especially excited because I do get to introduce to you Lauren Mcgregor. And Lauren Mcgregor is our brand new, she's a full-time employee. Yes, please give her a warm welcome. Lauren Mcgregor is our newest full-time employee, and she is serving as our community relations and administrative coordinator. Lauren has been attending CSL Dallas since 2014. She has actually worked for CSL Dallas previously as a paid employee as an assistant in Joy Village. She did that for 1 year. She also has worked, volunteered on our music team in the choir, and she helped to launch the Open Door a number of years ago, and is currently working with Justin, who was our intern, to relaunch the Open Door. So she's been involved actually in more ways than just that, but she has been an active member of our community for some time. And what is also particularly exciting is that Lauren brings to our community an extensive background in the public sector, in higher education, and also in nonprofit development. She holds a master's degree in public administration and is passionate about being a public servant. Right? So, You'll get to know Lauren very, very quickly because she's responsible for community engagement. So she's going to be the person who will be your first point of contact and who will assist you and support you when you were on campus, and then also digitally. So she's going to be your support with the in-fellowship account, classes, registrations, texts, and so many other areas that she will be supporting you personally, and she will be supporting our education department, the facilities and office department, the education department. She's basically going to do everything. She's going to offer a wide range of support to all of our staff members. So she's already, just in the mere month she's been here, she's proven herself to be an invaluable asset. She's exceptionally mature, proactive, and responsible. She's an absolute delight to work with, and you'll all just love her, love her. She's eager to know you and assist you, and also this is a great time to remind you that our campus is open. Our administrative hours are Sunday 9 to 1 and Monday through Thursday 1 to 7:30. Lauren's here to assist you. The staff is here to assist you in any way, and we're eager to see you back on campus. Welcome, Lauren.
So you can stay right up here. So I also have the pleasure of introducing to you our newest part-time employee. Deja Price comes to us as our new communications person, and we are super excited about it. Deja is also a recent graduate with a degree in business administration, yes, right? And has been, during this whole time while she's been in school, she has had a myriad of opportunities to work with communications, to work with social media. She's participated in the Poor People's Campaign and organized 3 states in that process and done all kinds of communication. She has really an extraordinary background and is now ready to put that background to work and has chosen CSL Dallas as a place to really bring that communication process forward. She does actually have a full-time job with Amazon, which is a remote position. And so she's doing like super organizational things there, which we also clearly need. So Deja is that really awesome balance of organization and creativity, which is precisely what our communications department needs. Now, Deja will be working closely with Lauren, with Ryan, with myself on all the ways in which we're communicating. Our first job is to figure out the best ways to communicate with our current community, and then we'll be looking outward. How do we continue to communicate and let people know that we're here and we're open, and there's so many ways to participate with us. Now, Deja comes with a little adjunct. She comes with a little adjunct, Dandy, short for dandelion. Dandy is a little chihuahua who's an emotional support animal. And so you will see Dandy here. She comes with Deja whenever Deja is on campus. She is cuter than a Dickens. She will lick your face off. So, and she's really little, so watch your feet. Deja is an amazing addition. She's been with us, a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks barely. So Lauren's been here a month. Deja's been here 2 weeks. We're super excited for both of these fabulous women to have joined our staff. Please welcome Deja as well. Yay. Yay, yay. And I should say Deja was most intrigued because she's been looking for a community like ours. And so she found us and said that, I want to do that. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yay. So get to know both Deja and Lauren, and we're super excited about our, settling our staff in its new configuration. And really being of service. So, speaking of being of service, our music team is extraordinarily in service to us. Kirby, you have seen, continues to move into his music director position, and we are so blessed with Lainey Bernstein. heart, soul, mind, and creativity as our assistant music director. And I came to them a couple weeks ago and said, I think you should write us a song. I think you should write us a song about our Step Out in Faith program, Paint a New Picture. And they went, okay. Here you go.
Ready?
So I just want to say that this is, I get up here and I sing all the time, and it's calming to do that now, but presenting a new baby is a little different. But I will say that if you can understand the words, because there are a lot, that the fact that we wrote this song and how we wrote this song is proof that it is effortless to paint a new picture.
Ready? 1, 2, ready.
You say unprecedented, I say a new way to be. It's time to leave the darkness and light humanity. A brush in hand, a canvas on the stand, with every color of the one. We'll paint love's creation, find what's holding us back, so we can break free. Because what wants to happen needs every bit of me. I'll feel afraid and do it anyway. There are no wrong choices, so let's hear your voices. Step into the light of the Spirit. It's calling us and leading us. Step into the light of the Spirit. It's living us and breathing us. Let's leave behind our comforts. Let's go shake things up. We know the mess is sacred, and the outcome is love. Consciously and deliberately, we create life's rebirth. It's a masterpiece on earth. Step into the light of the Spirit. It's pulling us and asking us to be into the light of the Spirit. It's holding us and moving us. Step into the light of the Spirit. We're waking up in trust and love. Into the light of the Spirit. It's living us and breathing us. Are you ready? Ready to make something new? Are you ready? Ready to make something new? If not now, when? Oh, are you ready? Ready to make something new? If not us, who? Yes, we are ready. Ready to make something new. Step into the light of the Spirit. It's pulling us and asking us to be into the light of the Spirit.
step into the light of the Spirit. Absolutely. Thank you, Kirby, Lainey, Brad, Jonathan, and Matt. It's going to be lovely to see all this lovely creativity, right? And experience how effortless it can be, how joy-filled it can be. So, I have one. I have my little clicker works again. Yay, thank you so much. Ah, look at that. Easy breezy. I'm like, click, 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 click. Nothing's happening. Doesn't it sometimes feel like your life? Right? So you ask for help, you get what you need, and then sure enough, there it is, right? So there you go. So we are walking through our beautiful Step Out in Faith program, walking together in it. I know we have 10 study groups that have started. We're super excited to have all of you Pardon me? 11 now. And we do have one study group that started late last week, so they're actually beginning with the first step Monday, tomorrow. So if you are not yet in a study group and you want to start, please see Reverend Patty if you're here on campus, or email Rev Patty with an I at csldallas.org, and she'll pop you right into that study group. And so we keep going deeper every week in our 6 steps to paint a new picture. Last week, step number 1, we talked about, it begins with a desire, and to really think about that we're painting our picture not with forms, which we tend to so often focus on, the house, the job, the car, the vacations, the whatever, all the ways that our lives look, and that we're actually working with a new palette, which is actually co-creating the qualities and experiences of life that we want to have and contribute. So today in our second step is to recognize that yes, you are creative. Oh yeah, I can see that just like, woo! Everybody's like, not so much. I don't think so. How many of us, you do not need to raise your hand, I won't make you. How many of you have throughout your lifetime said, well, I'm not really creative. I'm not creative. And then what happens is we remember something that our first grade teacher said to us, or our fourth grade teacher said to us, or our sister or brother said to us, or our mother said to us about whatever wonderful craft project we were was having inflicted upon us, or we were inflicting upon someone else. And what happened is that we decided we were not creative. And yet here we are in a philosophy that says we co-create our life, that we're constantly creating our experience, and that it is not only our responsibility, it is our birthright to create, because we are actually made in the image and likeness of the Creator, and we use the creative process. Oh, but I'm not creative. I'm not creative. Right? Which, of course, completely and utterly blocks the flow of our creativity. The very first thing we want to do in this idea of painting a new picture, despite the fact that we're using painting as a way, as the metaphor to get a hold of all of this, is to recognize that what we really meant was, I'm not artistic. That's what we really meant. I'm not artistic. I'm not somebody who can draw or paint. I'm not good with making little popsicle things that, stay together. My little pipe cleaner people look a little weird. Me personally, I'm excellent at stick figures. Excellent at stick figures. Beyond that, not so much. Right? So actually what we mean is we aren't artistic. We maybe don't have the bent for painting or sculpture, but maybe we write music. Or maybe what we do is actually creatively nurture our children or our grandparents. Maybe we have an entirely new way of looking at our business or a particular process or dealing with life in a whole new way. And all of that is creativity. All the ways in which we actually imagine things, think about them new, think about them different than the way that they are. All of them is an example of our creativity. Now, I will remind you about how creative you are by inviting you to think about all the creative, catastrophic things you've imagined in your life. Right? That were so far from what was actually happening in the moment, and yet you had no trouble creating them in your minds. Some big catastrophic outcome, some horrible thing, some whatever, which really had little or no relationship to what was going on in the present moment. That is called being creative. Yes, right? Think of all the very creative conversations you've had with people that weren't actually in the room with you. Right? You are very creative. We are all very creative. The challenge is what we are using our creativity for. And as always in our spirituality, the answer is, are we using it consciously? Are we using it consciously? Or are we not paying attention and creating all kinds of nonsense in our minds, which is also, unfortunately, playing out in the world, playing out in our world of affairs and the ways in which we are engaging with life in general. So the first thing when we start to own, yes, I am creative, is this idea that we are being creative, that being creative is part of our nature. This is the second step of the whole idea that we are painting a new picture. Ernest Holmes says this, being creative, this is the secret. We must enter into the spirit of life, into the joy of living, into the usefulness of creative endeavor. No one need grow old in attitude if he or she has faith, purpose, and enthusiasm. If we feel then that we are simply onlookers and not participants in the game of life, we should rediscover the youthful spirit of that childlike joy, which gave to us the energy, happiness, security, and faith we had as children. My granddaughters, too. She watches her 8-year-old older sister color, and she has no trouble getting out that crayon and going on the paper and say, coloring. Right? And then she hands me the green one, and then she hands me the green one, and I keep getting the green one, and I finally said, so why do I keep getting the green one? Oh, she said, well, you can have the purple one. Okay, that's okay. Very specific. She was very creative. She was totally in charge of the whole project, totally enjoying the process, having absolutely no opinion about whether what she was doing looked like what her sister did or looked like what I was doing in any way, shape, or form. Right? Just the joy of it, the enthusiasm of it, the exploration of it. This idea, and so we are. I should just say I. You can decide whether this is true for you or not. Right? I often find myself feeling constrained. Like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to behave? What's the right thing to do here? How does, and what's expected and all of those kinds of things. Now, some of that is perfectly natural and perfectly reasonable. But more importantly, rather than looking for the box that we fit into, it is what is the creativity that is in fact pouring out of us. And it might be simply activated by beginning to enjoy being creative, to enjoy the idea that we are creative. Oh, I want to back up here. This is the other quote from Ernest Holmes that I wanted to bring forward. I love this. The other piece of being creative. We are all living in a world of continual change, a world in which thought, thing, and experience are in a constant state of flux. Yes? Sometimes it's really annoying, isn't it? We want to manifest something, create our lives, and then go, there, done. Don't move, don't breathe, nobody change, everything is perfect right now. Till it's not anymore, right? Everything is in flux. It is the very nature of the universe that there should be continual change and variation. That is the nature of the expressed and experienced cosmos. It is a living world, the creation of a living creative intelligence, not a static world created by a God now dead or departed who has left it to decay. No, it is vital and alive. The mind that created it is not apart from it, but is always active in and through it. So it's not like, the universe was turned on like a watch, like clockwork, and then whatever creative impulse started that said, okay, you're on your own, bye. No, that is a constant unfolding of the creative impulse, of the desire of life for life, and it is forever changing and shifting. And what that means for us is that we get to participate in that. We often find ourselves feeling victimized by it, and yet we can actually participate in the co-creative process since we know things are shifting and changing and that the universe is an alive cosmos, right? We get to actively begin engaging in that. If I know it's going to change, what do I want it to change into? What is the new picture, the next picture I want to paint for my life? Now, and this doesn't mean we're painting a new picture every week or month or even every year. But as our lives unfold, as things change, as stages of life or new ways of being or new understandings of ourselves and what it is that we're doing or wanting to create in our life, right? Each one of those gives us the opportunity to actively participate as opposed to just having it happen to us. So we need to understand this creativity that we have, right? This creativity that we are, which is, again, the point isn't that we're artistic. The point is that we share in the creative nature of the universe. And that as the universe itself is being created by an infinite power and presence, by an infinite love and intelligence, we are contributing to our own lives in the same way. So those of you who have taken classes with us, who have studied the science of mind, you will recognize the term, the creative process. If you have not yet, this is one of the reasons why we invite you to get into classes. Come join me on a Sunday morning in the Science of Mind class. All the different ways in which we get together, what we're seeking to learn is this understanding of the nature of reality and how we can engage in it and use it, the creative process. So in the Science of Mind, the creative process, there's a couple of things it says about it. There is a time when we are creating our experience before we manifest, because we too use a creative law which acts upon our ideas and convictions. The law is neither good nor bad. It is the power that is creative. So it's our thoughts, our intentions, our beliefs, our attitudes, the way in which we walk around thinking about life, feeling about life, holding as the truth about life within ourselves, that is starting the creative process over and over and over and over again in our lives. And so here we have the image of the creative process. You'll see that that's why we have the teaching symbol, right? That the opportunity we have is to set this new idea in motion, to set a new imaginative experience that we've had in our minds to really spend time with it, so that the universe, the universal law, the law of cause and effect, can actually process that into experience, into our world for ourselves. And of course, we can also use this to contribute to the world at large, to collective consciousness. But until we recognize that this is the process that we are over and over and over starting, over and over and over engaging with, over and over causing to have happen, we can't actually paint a new picture. Basically what we do is we keep painting the same picture over and over and over again. It just, with different faces and in a different geographical location or at a different job, or, right? How many of us have had that experience? And what we actually want to do is paint an entirely new picture by starting in what it is that we can imagine, that desire we talked about last week, and what it is we can imagine about how that might look or feel, how we might experience it, what the qualities of that life are, and really spend time with that in our consciousness so that we can engage consciously with this creative process. Ernest Holmes says this: the creative process is an action of mind or consciousness upon itself, whether it be the great universal consciousness creating a universe, or the action of consciousness in our own individual use of it. True creation is the unfoldment of an idea, the very urge of the life principle as this idea to create something new out of apparently nothing. We don't need to have evidence for it before we start imagining it. This may be illustrated by a musician working on a brand new musical composition, right? An artist painting a picture, which is why we're using that as our metaphor, or an inventor conceiving a new object for the use of humankind. The original impulse is in feeling, which develops into action through ideation. As the idea unfolds in consciousness, everything necessary to its perfect fulfillment is created with it, or is part of the unfolding of it, the creative process. Now, this is a 5-minute Cliff Note version of the expression of the creative process. We do countless classes on this for us to really understand that this creative process is corroborated by the mystics of all spiritual traditions. It's corroborated by science at various levels. It's corroborated by psychology. Every one of these has a term or a way of describing this very thing. You probably learned it when you were a kid, or maybe your children or grandchildren are learning it now. When my son was in first grade, in the gym, on the walls, it said, "Attitude is everything." And it said, "If you think you can, you can." Right? These are basic descriptions of the creative process. Right? People say those things, they believe those things, but they don't understand why or how it works. We try to articulate what that creative process is and that we're engaged in it. So the good news, the bad news, maybe just the news, is that you're already doing it. You're already using it. Whether we know it or not, the creative process is going on all the time, and we are always in this process of painting a picture of our life. We're always in that process. The question right now, or the thing that we're embarking on, is an opportunity to paint a new picture. Maybe not of our life as a whole, but in some aspect of or area of our life that we would like to see differently. So, I really have to come down here because the truth is, I cannot see this clock. And it's time to be finished. Yay, that's what I thought. All right, so we're not going to play our game today. We are going to play it another day because we had hoped that we would have more people who would wake up on time to be here this morning. But we love it that you have the opportunity to be online, so you didn't have to race to be here. And so the last thing I want to say is we make it too hard. We make it too hard. We make it too painful. We make it too, I got to make something happen. Remember this quote, the joy of the child, right? The joy of the child, to be in that state, to rediscover the youthful spirit of childlike joy. This week, as we begin this next step of you are creative, I really want to invite you to embrace the possibility, embrace the thought, yes, I am creative, with all the zest of a 2-year-old or a 5-year-old or an 8-year-old that is simply going to create and enjoy the process. It's much more important than worrying about the outcome. The outcome will take care of itself. That's the law's job. So as we move through the next steps, we're going to talk about some of the things that will get in the way that are, I promise you, going to come up. We're going to give you tools. We're going to talk about what those things are, and we're going to give you tools. So this week, just play. All right? And so it is. Michael, come on up here.
Thank you, Reverend Petra. Isn't it great when you're reminded of what you already know? So when you guys forget, it's good to come back here to CSL Dallas so we can remind you of who you are. As the greeters come forward with the baskets, it's a time for us to, one, say our abundance affirmation together. I am certain that the divine intends only good, only abundance for me, because it is the very essence of life and givingness. Divine abundance is forever manifesting in my affairs. I know that I shall prosper in everything I do, and so it is. Now that's a good one. You guys need to take a picture of that one and take it home with you. Okay? So, no matter how you get a chance to give, we appreciate your giving to our community, because it's your giving that makes everything around here possible. So there's a lot of different ways you can give. You can text give at 972-954-4404, or you can go to csldallas.org/give, or you can use that little code that we have up there, that CR code, and it'll take you to the page so that you can give. Okay. So make sure that you mark your calendars for the next 2 Sundays. We're going to have our book sale on campus, and you don't want to miss out on that. And remember that you can always get spiritual mind treatment and spiritual support right after our Sunday celebration. If you're here, you can go across the breezeway to the Peace Room. And if you're not, and if you're just online, then you can find the link and have a private Zoom room, and one of our licensed spiritual coaches will be there with you. And if you're here on campus, you can also join us in Pankey Hall for coffee and snacks afterwards, and for any of our signups for classes. And as we continue to commit to peace in Ukraine and everywhere else, we're going to close our celebration by singing, I Am a Stand for Peace. So please stand.